Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time zone you're tuning in from. My name is Muok. This is the Xpose podcast, and this is the first episode. And I'm here with a good friend of mine. His name is John Smith Wekesa. So,
hello. Niaje majamaa. Majina mshasikia. Nafurahia kuwa the first guest of the show.
Wewe ndo umebreak ice hapa hivi.
Ndio nawafungulia njia, opening the way.
Kabisa, una bless the airwaves.
Bless the airwaves.
Niambie bana, wewe kwanza 42 kilometers, how's that?
Hizi vitu marathon. Vitu ndogo, hiyo ni kitu tu unaamka unafanya.
Vipi, how is it vitu ndogo na you came from Oktoberfest the previous evening and went for the 42 kilometers straight away?
Mwanzo ni God.
Ni God.
God, like running ni my escape. My escape from reality. Sio mani nitaje. Inakuwa tu my happy place.
Yeah.
My happy place. Sio kukimbia tu niko peke yangu. I think ni njia yangu ya ku relieve stress.
Yeah.
So mimi hata mimi nakonga tu najibamba. Wase wanaona inakaa kitu crazy but
inakaa kitu crazy mazee.
Si crazy juu unakimbianga na unajipata na training nyingine wase wako 60. 40 35 wazae.
So we are here to talk about production, right? So hebu nipatie your journey. How did you get into, video production?
Video production.
Yeah.
Video production in a long story. It's a very long story. I started taking photos when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Mzee alikuwa na an old, alikuwa na hizo digital cameras, Lumix. Lumix fulani hapo, so my friend and I kwa tu curiosity ya maboy.
Yeah.
So found ourselves, tumechukua, opened it, took pictures, tukaiharibu, then tukaificha chini ya maji. Mzee sijui.
How did that go for?
Alikuja kujua like 2 years later.
2
years later after career ishaanza.
So ilikuwa tu kamera yake hakuwa anaitumia, ilikuwa tu
sana, ilikuwa tu ile alithink alikuwa na job. Sasa kaachana nayo.
Okay.
So that's how it started. And then when nikamaliza sasa kampo, I became a bit more serious. Though I started as a photographer. Nilikuwa ngamsema ma portraits. Tunaenda Tao. Wale unaona Nairobi pale. Ndio sisi tulikuwa before Sakaja kama. So kuna
gorilla
bana tulifungwa pingu mara 2-3 bana na makanjo hapo Tao tukawapatia punch.
In campus, what did you study?
Campus. Campus nilisoma. I did my first diploma in IT. Hiyo nilifanya St. Paul's University.
Yeah.
Very good course, very good campus. Enjoyed it to the max. So when I finished IT, nikasema acha ndio hiyo time interest yangu. Nilikuwa nafanya IT but unanipata 90% of the time niko na wase wa communication. So nasoma mass communication na wafunza mimi ndo nawafunza kushoot. Na nasoma IT. So nika notice tu IT, yes I'm doing it but si pale roho yangu si passion. Moved to, so after finishing your diploma nikasema kama mbaya.
Okay.
Nikaruka videography. I join a very good school called ADMI. Shout out to ADMI manze.
Big shout out.
ADMI ni shule nyingine top.
Yeah.
Unaingia ngoko unagongwa na culture shock. Unakutana na unajua mimi nilikuwa boy tu wa mtaani bana. Afu
ukapatana watoto
unaingia shule unapata MacBook zimepangana hivi bana.
Watoto wa Bombay.
Kwa Complab bana, MacBook. Sasa hata hujaiona.
Nilikuwa nataka kwenda ADMI pia lakini sikuweza kumake it. That story for another day.
Hiyo shule
iko juu.
So ADMI ndo passion cycle grow. Plus hapo nikameet meet similar people.
Yeah.
Who like what you like ni wase wako into film.
Yeah.
Na videography just like myself.
Yes.
And nimekuwa nikipush.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's
how tunaendelea.
So saa hii uko Xpose. Xpose Limited, one of the
best places to be, man.
I know. Amazing environment. Shout out to our CTO.
Mr. Max pale.
Max
au kutokea nini stand chat bana. Na tulipiga tizi na hiyo.
Uko na deni ya 21 kilometers. So in Xpose production wise, which are the jobs that stood out kabisa for you from your stay here? Yeah.
So far tangu ni join Xpose. Wow. First of all with Xpose, like every event is just, we normally say it's a different experience.
Yeah.
Ni ukweli tu. Hakuna ile event unaendanga, they are similar. They are all unique. They are all unique and they are all very amazing experiences.
Yeah.
But top of my head, I'll mention, I'll start off with Taskat 100. Because Taskat 100 was ilikuwa the celebrating 100 years of Tusker.
Yeah.
So the next one will be 100 years from now, probably.
So it was definitely one of a kind.
All of us right now
will
not be there. The next one.
Be here.
So kisha get your concept na unaelewa ni vile ni kitu big.
Yeah.
So but pia ilikuwa na so many moving parts. Kulikuwa na wasewa us as Xpose, providing doing what we do best, lights, screen staging, hizo plus sasa kulikuwa na it was combined with acting, music. So hapa kulikuwa na the best of the best actors in Kenya.
Where was the venue?
Rehearsals ilikuwa hapa.
Okay.
And then the venue,
we had Xpose offices
hapa ni backyard. And then now the venue ndio ujue ni Genje. Venue ilikuwa KWS. Ndani kwa park. The place ya I think Elephants Pali.
Yeah.
Pasocho Matas to something hapo. So actually even building the stage huko ilikuwa tu experience kivyake juu. Mnaenda huko na gari. Unaona lion
go in the wild there.
Ndio lion so mwezi tokati.
It was a wild experience.
It was a wild experience. Ile ilikuwa noma, ilikuwa noma sana. Kuna hata Taskat 100, then kuna World Cup. World Cup Trophy Tour.
Walifanya it was at a stadium, right?
Tuli host two places. Tulikuwa nayo Serena, KICC, and I think tuliendea pia JKIA, if I'm not wrong. Ama State House, one of those two places. I think it was State House. So but mimi nilienda, I went to Serena and I went to KICC.
Okay.
So man, World Cup man.
Yeah.
Utakutana nayo wapi tena?
Yeah.
It was coming through Kenya. Lucky me, nilikuwa Serena na ilikuwa hapo. Even got to take a picture with it.
Nice.
Hiyo ilikuwa as a real moment.
Was it a live streaming event?
No, I was just doing photography for the company.
Okay.
To capture tu hizo moments. Making sure we have content.
Okay.
So but unajipatanga tu mahali umesimama kando ya World Cup unapigwa picha.
It's a good experience.
It's an amazing
experience.
I
know, as much as some jobs are, big and good, they're might be equally as challenging, right? So, what challenging experiences umepata ukifanya hizi jobs?
Challenges have been many. First of all, unapata sometimes brief inakuja with events, sometimes brief who come last minute.
Yeah.
So you're not even ready. Unaweza kuwa leo tumekaa tu hivi. And then jioni tunaambiwa there's a shoot.
What is a brief? Hebu explainia watu.
Brief ni after a pitch, our sales team wanaenda pitch job. The clients wanaambia client everything that we have to offer.
Yeah.
And then client akona tuseme something like a program. Client is akona program, anaweza kuwa na their own idea in the head. So sales team watakuja kuexplainie production, hii ni production ya tuseme 3 cameras.
Yeah.
2 cameras one camera ni roaming. There'll be people walking in, we want that shot. Ukiangalia kama tuseme event ni internal recording, meaning hakuna live streaming, so hiyo ina inform pia what I carry on site. So brief tu ni kitu kaya, it's a brief explanation of what you're expected to achieve by the client.
So let's say a brief ikikam late, that's what you're talking about. Brief ikikam late and they need X amount of cameras on site and you have probably less than that. How do you troubleshoot that?
Now the good thing is with time tumejuana na people even outside our space. Kuna providers wako na these cameras, so outsource.
Okay.
Faris kama ujui Faris in Nairobi bro.
Faris, you're not in the kama ujui Faris huko kwa industry.
Faris ametukolea. Faris amecome through mara mingi sana.
Yeah.
Faris plus kuna other vendors.
Yeah.
So in case imecome last minute and una enough equipment, Faris ni so calling it one time. You have everything. So that happens sometimes. Okay. Another challenge ni pia sometimes turnaround time yao wanaweza, in case you've shot maybe a conference for a full day.
Yeah.
Sometimes clients want we call it snippet videos. So a snippet is like a 2-minute breakdown of the whole event.
Yeah.
Sometimes clients, they are so on your neck. Anataka hii snippet kesho. Phone call start. Where's my video? Where's my video? So lazima uchangamke. Lazima wake up.
Actually we'll get to that. Sasa before tuende kwa post ya ku make the snippets and all. Apart from briefs, pre-production inakaje for you as a videographer?
As a videographer. Pre-production ni it's like one of the most important steps in anything, because if I miss anything in pre-production, production itakuwa nimemess. So pre-production for me, kitu ya kwanza, equipment. Naanza na equipment. Which cameras am I using? Which lenses do I need? Hizo ziko sawa. Bas, batteries ziko sawa. Vitu ndogo ndogo tu, tripods ziko sawa. Ziko na shoes, ziko na nini? Cards ziko sawa. Do I have operators for these cameras? Ama niko tu na cameras na sina operators. If I don't have, who can I call? Naona. Hivyo tu ni like checkbox ya kila kitu. Kama ni sound, who's doing sound in this event? Because video and sound,
they go hand
in hand. So lazima nijue who's doing sound. Ni align na mse. Nijue call time, what time am I getting there? When do we need to have set up for the dry run? Naona. So how are we getting there? Naona. So pre-production ni kupanga. It's like a step-by-step process of, if you miss anything hapa pre-production, unapatanga sasa production, umeanza kushoot hivi ndo unagundua sina cable ya sound, sina memory card. So you end up looking so unprofessional because you didn't plan well. So but if you plan well, pre-production kila kitu tu make sure every checkbox is ticked. Production inakuwa seamless, fun.
Nika ile concept ya you want to chop down a tree, you take half of that time just sharpening your axe. Kifika kwanza kukata is just
vitu tu zina flow. But if you miss any step, hapo ndo ngori zianza kukam, end up looking like kitu nani.
True. And speaking of cameras, which one is your favorite camera to use on site and why?
Hapa mimi ni msee wa vitu za kitambo. I listen to a lot of rumba. So kuna Xpose. Xpose manze all day every day, because it's a manual camera. Haina YouTube video. Ati utafungua YouTube hapo.
Ati
how to set this one.
Hiyo ni video you
manual. Ufungwe kitabu, read, understand. Come do it. So X3, X3 is like my favorite camera, because it also gives you the ability to change lenses, swap lenses.
It still shoots in 4K, right? Only full HD.
Not the ones full HD. Full HD still works. Full HD for now still works. Though I say wameanza kelele mingi za 4K, 8K, but full HD is what most people are using either way.
True. And the eye is accustomed to full HD.
The eye is accustomed to full HD. HD, but mimi Sony person, Sony every day. Unajua si camera people.
I agree. Sony, Nikon.
Tunakuangana nini zetu.
I'm also biased kidogo. Pia mimi ni mtu wa Sony.
Mimi ni Sony. Sony every day.
So, rundown for an event, like if an event is happening, a rundown is there of how the the morning starts, or whatever time, whatever your program to how important is you getting that beforehand?
Program is very crucial. Sana. So I'll give you an example with that job. Kuna job we did for Safaricom. can't remember what the launch was for, but it was something we do in the M-Pesa app.
Yeah.
So the program is what's guiding everything in this event.
Yeah.
And unapata we are live streaming it to an audience, a virtual audience of I don't know how many people now, 900, 1,000.
Yeah.
Numbers are many. So many people are watching. So they're depending on us to have the experience of this launch. So program ndo imeoutline how the MC ataanzia wapi. Akikuja, so the MC starts from outside the venue.
Yeah.
Akikuja ndani.
Yeah.
Aki-interact na booths. Have stands, so she walks interacting with all these booths. So if you don't have the program as a production team or as director, you lose all this, and everyone is depending on your camera crew to watch and see what this MC is doing. Because even the people live on site wanna watch screen, so they're watching our feed. So it's a matter of sasa hapo, without the program I won't know what transitions I'm going to work with, which camera I'm placing outside. When the MC gets past this first camera, anahitaji a second camera to pick her. Akiingia kwa room, akitoka kwa room, because she's constantly moving. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So it's you guys to work with her. Atawangojea. So you have to be quick, and that means you have to know the program in and out.
So is it something that the clients just send to you, or do you ask for it?
Sometimes they send.
Yeah.
But if they fail to send, you just have to ask consistently. Which they always do. Rarely do we miss getting programs.
Okay. That's a good sign then. So now when after the event is, after all is said and done, let's say you need to make an after movie for a certain event. What takes up most of your time in post-production?
Post-production.
Is it?
I think post-production, for me it's I think creating the story. Yeah. Because most of the time, the client is dependent on you as the editor to know to make the video. Sometimes people can't express very well what they want, so it's for you to interpret. You have to visualize everything and come up with something that is creative and still meets their standards, meets what they want. So creating that story, I think, is normally one of the hardest bits for me. But with time, I think nimepata kafiness flani. With time, because you end up noticing, like my first videos, you're gonna notice most clients will want certain speakers to be featured in that 3-minute video. We want, if it's, let's say if it's Safaricom, they say we want the CEO to speak. Let's say if a guest, maybe the president was there, they obviously want the president to be part of that video. Or if the client themselves was speaking on stage, they definitely want to see themselves. So with time you get to have those markers. So even when I'm shooting, I'm also very keen. I know I know the clips I've used even before I go to edit. I know we normally take B-rolls. B-rolls they're like short clips. Short clips that show the space, show like branding, supporting clips. Supporting clips of branding, people walking in, people interacting, just people having a good experience within the event. So that's, with time, I've come to realize, okay, these clips work, this ones don't work. But creating that story, sometimes it's also very, 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 very hard. And also music selection. Music selection is, because sometimes I'm a creative, I'll choose maybe a very cinematic song to align with the video. Okay, send it to the client.
Anasema hii hapa hapana.
Wewe umenitengenezea movie. Anakutumia corporate song fulani jo. Unasema sawa, client is always right. So you have to re-edit again. Send it back, but
that brings me to a question where, do you sit with the client beforehand to sort of like create a roadmap for you, even as you're shooting, so that even when you're shooting, okay, we talked about this, so this is important to capture. We talked about this. Ama, do you just wing it and then try to get the best out of the footage that you've collected?
Most of the time, constantly interact na client. Namwambia these are my shots. Sometimes they even walk hapo kwa controls, they see everything. So sometimes I ask, sometimes uko na wale clients wako busy sana, so getting access to them is hard. But kama uko na wale that are free and mingling with you, you just ask, you say, can I do an interview of this person? Say sawa. You say, can I put this clip? Nakwambia, no, I don't want this clip in my video. Those ones are there. Sometimes you find those ones. Sometimes lazima tu win, because mtu wako up and down. The client is so busy because everything is dependent on them. So pia una minimize stress. Utaki kumuuliza maswali mingi sana. You shoot, make sure you just have, sometimes you usema afadhali ni overshoot. Have bulk of footage sometimes. And
it's
then
safer that way actually, right?
And then in case they say, you didn't get a clip of who and who, naenda tu mbio I cut it, put it in the edit. Sometimes it works, sometimes utapata client, sometimes you won't. Depends.
Okay. Lastly, as we come to a close of this episode, I know this job is taxing, right? Just being on the ground. Sometimes, especially like right now, we're heading to the festive season, so events ni back to back, corporate plus, enjoyment. I don't know how to call them, festivals or concerts. Just back to back. How do you handle those long working hours? Do you just, do you tag team with other people, or do you find time to decompress? How do you do it?
First of all, kitu ya kwanza ni running.
We talked about that.
Is my escape. Kama nimechoka sana, napenda kwenda quiet spaces. So neza drive tu niende mahali Kiserian, huko pas Kiserian na gadi there. Stay alone, just be quiet on my own. Depends tu unakaa tu na watu. Just switch off all gadgets. Nikae tu with my farm. Tupige story, forget about, hata usifikirie wera. Chill, katu nao. Nini ingine miudu? That's pretty much it. Dancing. Notice squeezing nimeanza kudance. Na dancing kitu peke yangu. Unakultua stress, unatulia. The good thing with also our space ni as much as tuko wera, festivals. True. Festivals, tumetoka Oktoberfest to last week.
Doesn't feel like work.
It doesn't feel like work sometimes when you're not busy. This is Nyashinski performance. Chill tu and usikize Nyashi.
Those are the perks of being in this industry.
Hizo ndo raha zangu kama koko events. So kama ni blankets and white tuna shoot, ni jua kali na perform. I take my moments, relax, ni enjoy performance ya jua kali. It's chill and easy and easy.
Man, good conversation. Thank you so much for gracing this show.
Asante bana, mimi ndo nimepave the way for many people.
So many people are coming, maze. So many surprises, maze.
But hii place inaitwa Simba, tulikuwa tunashooting ma video hapa na DJ Mavi. Najua ameniwekea lawama. Sijazipost no.
Unafaa kuhande.
Unafaa ni hande mbaya.
Anyway, that was episode 1. Mr. John Smith Wekesa.
Jina imekulemea.
Mr. John Smith Wekesa. Super videographer kabisa. Super director. Watakupata wapi? Pia unaweza kajiplug. Waambie pia watakupata.
Unaweza nipata kila mahali. Nyumbani ni Ingo Western. Natoka Kibagenge. Watu wangu wa Kibagenge ni aje?
Waambie pia watakupata hata social media bana.
Social media ni John
Smith. Wataka kutumia watu pin.
johnsmith.wekesa. For the ladies mnaweza ni follow bana. Wajamaa sina time.
That's it. It's a wrap.
Director bado hapo na nice.